I'm temporarily muting you all. If there is any issue, please let me know. Begin the evening session. Good evening once again, one and all, to this last session of the day, webinar number 3 for the mini day of education 2. Allow me to share my screen so that we can begin the proceedings. Yeah. So please keep your cameras on, otherwise I feel like talking to a wall. 10 of you are here on time. I really appreciate that, but I would really love if you can please be connected and keep your cameras on. Thank you. So we are at the last session of the day, pain points, finance pain points number 3. I've tried to cover whatever I can in the previous 2 sessions. Of course, there is still a lot to be covered, but having said that, time is a limitation always. And as usual, all my presentations always begin with thanking the Lord Almighty, who's given me much more than what I deserve. And of course, when it comes to finance or even practice management, a few topics, I have to thank my dad as well. It's courtesy him only that we are celebrating this mini day of education twice in a year, on 30th of June and 12th of August. So today would have been his 80th birthday if he was there amongst us. But yes, virtually he's still there, I would say. So this is my brief CV. You all are aware of it by now. Let's begin the proceedings. And of course, these are the topics. And this is online lecture workshop number 249. I have number 250 next week, Thursday, with Idea Palakkad branch, on again a finance topic only. So which they requested me a couple of days back. So yes, we have come to this end. Again, few requests: shift to PC or tablet if you are on phone. Make notes. Writing is the best form of learning. Sit in a no distraction zone. Learn from others' problems before yours get answered is there. If my solutions don't appeal to you, of course, you're free to consult anyone. So this is the third webinar of the day. So what have we covered so far? Just a quick recap of part 1 and part 2 for those who were not there. So we started at 7 a.m. in the morning, starting with the financial pain points, part 1. I told you about the pain levels from 1 to 10, 2 to 9 applies to everyone, including me. Rarely anybody would be at 1 or 10. Of course, pain points are specifically speaking the problems either the owner or the customer or the patients are facing. So they are simply speaking problems. So in 2022, we categorize these things into different parts. The finale part, which you must have seen, some of you must have seen yesterday. It was a long session of 2 hours and 22 minutes or so. So this year we changed the system. We didn't categorize. We just started, you can say, through the Google form only. And of course, you were not allowed to put your name anonymous. You were allowed to put your name anonymously. We never wanted to name shame anyone. We asked you to list your pain priorities. Some of them have listed a few things which were not to be listed, but then we started with the highest order, which we believe that that is the pain point that needs to be addressed first. So everybody has pain points. So before the survey, I gave a few examples to manage clinic money, personal money, taxation, investments, and of course, showing more wide income. And again, relying on CA only, or you can say confusing between a CA and a CFA. And again, problem starts with the root cause is you can say, lack of knowledge or mismanagement of money. There was a disclaimer before the start that majority of them are answered in the form of YouTube videos, sorry. So I'm still posting the links to search. The commonest keywords I've given in the morning sessions only. So many practice management pain points were posted. Again, I have not disincluded them from the presentation. I've tried to answer that. The logic is, if you have not seen the YouTube video channel or the YouTube channel which has been created for you only 3 years back, it's actually your loss. So of course, everybody has priorities in life, and it is all about what you choose. So we are not dealing with the level of pain points 1 and 5. 1 are disappointed and resigned to the fate. 5 have lost any hope. So we are dealing with 2, 3, and 4. 2 are sad, but still using the product, but maybe a hope for change. 3 are unhappy, but are willing to make a switch. 4 are ready to switch and searching for the new solution. So all high priority questions were answered. Query from Taluka Kagal, District Kolhapur was answered for management of clinic money, personal money, of course, giving the formulas. And then I gave the keyword tax. This has so many things. For those who don't know taxation, just type in the word tax on my YouTube channel and you'll get you can say a list of videos where you can at least make a head start. Zero se shuru koi nahi karta hai. You all have to start from a scratch sometimes. You can say, oh sorry, zero se sab shuru karte hain. Not everybody starts from 1 or 2. So you can start from 1, but this let it be 0 to 1 only for you to have a basic background. And of course, tax contains so many videos. Then the query was from Tier 3 city of India regarding goals and you can say relation to stock market. So I gave the word goal. If you just type the word goal on my channel, you'll get a lot of things in that. And type the word stock on my channel, you get a lot of videos on that also. So then an advice for retirement plan. So I gave a blog part series on LTI, which covers the 4 bases and the 4 basics, which are good enough for any normal individual. You have free money, you can splurge anywhere. But these 4 are good enough to take care of your retired life and your long-term goals for sure. I'll give you the numbers today. Of course, 26AS itself has a video. What is the relation between the annualized information statement and tax information statement? The AISTIS, which was launched 2 years back. So next was from Kundakur, Hyderabad, Telangana regarding the queries. So that how much money to put back into operation, TWCGO formula, making that as a learning goal. Better late than never. I gave the example of starting 10 years late. Then I gave the example of Randhir and Sudhir, who just invested for 10 years. Sudhir started 10 years late, but put in triple the money. Still his corpus was 6 times and the corpus of Sudhir was 34 times approximately. So the only thing is time is the most valuable asset when it comes to investment in finance. Of course, query from Pune, Maharashtra, faster it comes, faster it goes. The problem is in the 4 C's, clarity, capability, competency, and courage. If you don't know which C you are at, understand and start from there. If you are lacking clarity, have that, watch the channel. If you lack capability, update yourself. If you lack competency, make yourself skillful by practice. And courage, that has to come from within. That can't be given by the motivation videos to you. So the second webinar started at 2 p.m. in the afternoon. Again, we started from where we left off. And of course, the first query was from Nami Mumbai. So regarding ignorance and fear for women, especially towards finances. So I told to make finance their cup of tea. Just go to my channel, type women, and you will find a whole list of videos. These are very common keywords: tax, goal, MF, women, and you can find a whole list. It is just to make you a start. Again, I gave the option of tax also. Then opening a new clinic, what documents are required. So I explained about the category A and the category B documents. And usually we don't have clinic KYC. I explained in detail about the current account and the saving account and the difference, and the current account and the personal name and the clinic name. So even if you are still confused, then you may need to watch the afternoon session whenever it goes online, probably in November or December. So this is the list of documents already. Then another query was there from Visakhapatnam against gross income versus net income, tracking expenses, tracking individual procedures. Mainly costing is the reason, and profit, you can say lack of profit is the reason. I really fail to understand why can't we have a targeted 50% NPM? Why are not we setting our prices right? Why are we splurging on heavy expensive materials? If you are splurging on expensive materials, it is your duty to charge for that also. We charge based on the direct pricing only. So just search profitable or profitability on my channel, and you will find all the costing videos in the short form or in the long form. 5 parts or 1 part. The choice is yours. Profitable or profitability. So Nagpur, Maharashtra, it was a very painful query. Even after 19 years of practice, you can say hand-to-mouth condition. Wife is in government job, so pulling somehow. So gave a few directions. There are multiple reasons. marketing and selling is lacking in most of the individuals. So even on mutual funds, there are short videos and even a few webinars types. Just search mutual funds on my channel and you will find a lot of videos on that also. So the similar way, there are many or similar, all the topics of practice management are also covered. All the topics of medical legal are also covered on the channel. So it has been very, very carefully planned. The first lockdown and the second lockdown actually came as a boon, where I thoughtfully, when I was free, a lot of me time with me, I actually planned out a lot of sessions in a sequence, of course, different topics. And ultimately, I have tried to cover each and every basic topic or each and every topic in the basic way on the YouTube channel. So earnings are enough, but at the end of the year, they don't tally. So the thing is, sometimes some queries are not very clear. Whatever I could apprehend, I have answered that accordingly. Again, how to start investment, just search FIJ on my channel, or investment, just type investment also. Financial investment journey or FIJ, series of 4 videos tells you sequentially how you go about the knowledge of gathering over there. And then of course, query from Nashik, Maharashtra, where to invest, how much to invest, FIG slide I gave. And of course, the average is calculated yearly, not monthly. So expenses video was there. So you can say check whichever way you are earning or not. So inability to decide and correct pricing, a wrong slide was placed here. So I corrected that. It actually had to be this slide. I placed the expenses slide again over here by mistake. So just type charges on my channel and you will know how to decide your treatment charges, even in COVID times or probably after that, how much to raise, how to raise. We have a wrong notion of raising all the charges. You have to selectively raise as per the Pareto principle. That was the main logic given in those. And again, query number 13 from Nayamati Taluka, Karnataka. A lot of unwanted investments in business. You can say if the expenditure is exceeding your revenue. You don't require aggression in diverse investments. Cool, calm and planned approach should be there. And when you apply in such kind of diverse LTIs that I advise, the risk of losing principal is absolutely gone. So with this, we have finished the recap almost on time, just a couple of minutes here and there. So we start with the third session and the third part right now, dealing with the financial pain points, part 3, which should be the last webinar of the season or of the month for now. So query from tier 1 city, India. Since past 1 year, I have been investing some amount, but I am not making enough to invest as much as I want. I started late on the financial path and the career is not yet stable income-wise, in my opinion. This instability brings doubts. Is second source of income a possibility? What can a dentist do? So the simple is, if you are investing, but you're not making as much money, the simple logic is I call as the 10 foundational what I call as the 10 foundational activities, the nuts and the bolts. Can you see, can you hear my video or audio? Just a sec. Okay. I think it's good. So get the 10 foundational activities or the nuts and the bolts in order. There lies the problem. So start with whatever little you can. I gave the example of Ranveer and Sudhir, which was there. They started just with 2,000 rupees in the session. Just a second. I think somebody's thing is not functioning correctly. Okay, thank you, Dr. Pooja. Okay, so you can start as little as with 2,000 rupees, but the only question is, are you willing to continue with that amount? Starting late is better than not starting, because all of us have this notion that unless I have money, I should not be starting, which is a wrong approach to have actually. And once you have all the nuts and bolts in order, that is the time that you will realize that so many things will fall automatically into place. And the nuts and the bolts start with the first part is the marketing and the selling out of that. So again, the next question was, instability brings in doubts. It is a funny world. We have to understand that in today's world, lack of income means lack of confidence. Cash is confidence. Cash means the money flow, or cash flow is confidence for any doctor or any entrepreneur. So if you are not having enough amount of inflow, you are going to limit your expenses. You're going to be a doubting Thomas. You're going to, you can say, look at every patient with a suspicion or a scanner, where you realize that whether these things are going to be fulfilled or not. So that is the reason I have now started training colleagues on the topics of nuts and bolts itself. My practice environment, and of course, all these things are merged into all this, integrated at the basic level into the nuts and bolts only, and the medical legal aspects, ethics, consent, and finance is a part of the nuts and bolts itself. So second income is a specialty. So I know this dentist, the dentist is an orthodontist, he or she, I won't be divulging here. So any income source is dependent on skill set. The rest are gambling or luck by chance. So I know your specialty, so why not increase your accessory skill set? Means your marketing, your selling, your conversion skills, which can influence your domain and be a better earner. The good part is that all these skills, accessory skills, are learnable skills. So why even think of, you can say, alternatively, where can you earn from? You can earn from YouTube. You can earn by writing a book. And even the book royalty up to 3 lakh rupees would be free, tax-free, totally tax-free under Section 80 RRB. You earn royalty through your book earnings. It is free up to 3 lakhs in a year. That is the kind of, if you have the knack of becoming an author, go ahead, write a book. Go ahead, make a video. Go ahead, make consistent videos. Monetize your channel. Now the YouTube has already downgraded the requirements. So the world is open. But what I would believe, you have a beautiful specialty. Orthodontist is top of the notch line in dentistry. So rather than looking at other sources of income, why not increase your own skill set, accessory skill set, and polish your own specialty rather than going on to other things? So query from Latur, Maharashtra. Again, these kind of queries are painful, as was the 19-year-old query in the afternoon session. No stable fixed monthly income. Monthly income not growing above 30K. Parents providing financial support is the main shame for me in the age of 33 years. Not able to invest more amounts in mutual funds, government schemes like PPF, etc. So the question is, if you are not having fixed monthly income, you need to analyze where are you lacking. Simply saying the 10 nuts and the bolts have to be in order. Now, nuts and bolts again is present on YouTube. Just search nuts and bolts. It is in the form of a 2-minute video. It is in the form of a 9 to 10-minute video. It is in the form of a 2-hour webinar. It is in the form of a 1-day webinar. It is in the form of a 31-day course also. 31-day. So the nuts and bolts limits are endless. Whatever you want to. I now primarily speak on nuts and bolts only. Tomorrow I have a lecture in Vijayawada where I'm speaking on 10 nuts and bolts only, because they are the basic. They are the basic for our business. What are the 10 nuts and bolts? Number 1 is marketing. Number 2 is selling. Number 3 is operations. Number 4 is R&D, research and development. Number 5 is accounts and finance. Number 6 is HR. Number 7 is ethics, statutory and legal guidelines. Number 8 is documentation, record keeping, consent. Number 9 is KPIs, markers, you can say tracking mechanism or benchmarking. And number 10, of course, the BAP of all, management. So if you have all 10 spokes of that management wheel running together like a well-oiled machinery, you will know where you are lacking. The good part is each of these skills is learnable. You don't need a postgraduate degree in that you spend years in that. A few months of training and few months of practice will automatically set the ball rolling. So self-guilt is the biggest killer. So I can understand, I can empathize with you, but I won't sympathize with you. Simply saying that I have given you a direction in the form of 10 nuts and bolts. Analyze which is lacking at your end. I've spoken enough in the morning and afternoon session on the lack of marketing and selling skills in most of us, because we are not taught these things, and these things have to be a part of our curriculum. Till they become so, we have to get trained in them. We have to learn these skills. These are acquirable skills, and then see the magic. the post-COVID world is a funny world. People only see around them what is visible. Sometimes a thing is lying very close to them that is not visible to them. Now, when you say you can't invest, everything that we talked about, the universal formula of 50-30-20 or 45-15-40, the formula that goes by my name of the formula of 45-15-40. So needs, wants, or investments is related to clinic income. And that is related to the foundational activities as well. So if your marketing is not good, the patient inflow would be less. If there is inflow is less or minimal or nil, whom will the selling sell to? If you don't sell it out to anyone, where will the conversions come from? And if there are no conversions, who will you actually treat in operations? So it starts from marketing. It ends with marketing. It starts with marketing and ends with management. So unless you realize that very quickly, it is going to be an uphill task otherwise. Otherwise, we all will keep on cribbing and complaining. The problem is cribbing and complaining won't give you the solution. Solution will come only via action. And figure out the way you want to do it, but it is time to upgrade yourself. That is the only thing I can say. So query from Amritsar, Punjab, my state, share market investing, tax saving instruments. So I answered a similar query in the morning. Query number 2 was there from tier 1 city, or tier 3 city. So answering again now. So it is one, share market is a full-time profession. Have you seen any part-time trader? There are full-time professionals who actually deal with that. If somebody has told you कि कोई बात नहीं, थोड़ा सा clinic से ध्यान हटा के you can do it, he or she is lying. You need to be clinic में, तो फिर आपको चाय पीने का टाइम मिलता है, रेस्ट करने का टाइम मिलता है, in a break or whatever way you work, I don't know, or maybe in a hospital setup or maybe in a college setup, you get to get these things. Even in your private practice, you can pick and choose your work and decide and delegate whichever work you want to. Share market, you have to be glued, like you can say, on to your screen from 9:15 to 3:30. A minute here and there can sometimes cause a damage of a few thousand and a few lakhs as well sometimes. Because as you grow into this thing, you develop a knack and a taste for it. But yes, if you want to judge, if you have surplus money and surplus time, surely venture into share market or stock market and jump after learning it properly. Jump after learning it properly. That is the only advice. Spare money, spare time in the mornings. Go ahead. This is a full-time profession. लोग 9:15 से 3:30 नहीं बैठते, उससे पहले आधा घंटे जाते हैं सुबह, and then they keep on sitting for 1.5 hours to settle and tally their accounts daily. So practically from 8:30 to 5:30. Again, it is a 7-8 hour profession. It is not a part-time profession कि आपने लगा दिया लेके छोड़ दिया. You can do that part only on hearsay, which is the wrong approach to deal with that. So the second part is tax saving investments. There are so many. Let me give you PPF, NSE, NPS, tax saver FDs, post office term deposit, ELSS, Rajiv Gandhi equity savings scheme. Now it is abolished. ULIPs, senior citizen savings scheme, Sukanya Samriddhi account. There are so many. If we talk of other accessory parts, 5-year deposit scheme in post office, NSC, not NSS, sorry, NSC. So National Savings Certificate, Kisan Vikas Patra KVP, National Bank Housing Loan, Notified LIC Annuity Plan, or NABARD bonds. So this is the table of deduction of tax saving instruments. ATC has a broad deduction of 1.5 lakhs. Here you can invest in PPF. If salaried, you can have employee share of PF contribution as well. NSEs, life insurance payment, children tuition fee, ULIPs, ELSS, 5-year deposit scheme, senior citizen scheme. There are so many, and the list is still continuing. NABARD deposits, pension plans, ATCCC, ATCCD1, all these are subsets of ATC. All these combined give you 1.5 lakh. Again, tax saving instruments to be taken care of if you are going to follow the OTR, the old tax regime now, because the NTR is the new default one now. I told in the morning that I will continue to be in the NTR. I will continue to be in the OTR itself. I gave the example of the ITR of my brother also. Some of you who attended, listen to that. So ATCCD1B, additional contribution to NPS, that is over and above that 1.5, 50,000 separately. For saving bank account, ATTTA, 10,000, maximum 10,000 or lower. whichever you can say is applicable to you. 80DDB is for senior citizens, not for us, anyone above 60 years of age. 80GG is for rent. And the question is, all these deductions, then 80D is there, where you get a medical insurance as well, up to 25,000 for you and 50,000 for your parents if they are above 60. If you are young and your parents are also not above 60, then you get 25 plus 25, 50,000 for them. Total 50,000 for you. If your parents are above 60 and you are below 60, which is a common scenario for most of us, then 25 plus 50, 75,000. If you are also above 60, which is a rare case scenario again, and your parents are also alive and above 60, above 80, whatever age, obviously there must be at least 20, 25 years gap minimum. So if you are above 60, they are also above 60, then you get a deduction of 50 plus 50, 1 lakh rupees. That is the upper limit of 80D. Then education loan, 80E is there. 80G is your deductions or donations that you give as a way to the society where you help the underprivileged ones. 80G. There are so many deductions and tax saving instruments, but all these are applicable only if at all you are following the OTR. So let me give you a top plan. People asked me this thing morning. I told you I'll give you the numbers. Somebody who's in 0 to 3 years in practice, he has not much to invest. He should still aim for a tax saving thing. 1.5 lakh in 80C, you can have a mix of PPF plus ELSS, equity linked savings, which is a kind of a tax saving mutual funds only. ELSS is tax saving mutual funds. So ratio 1:2, 50K plus 1 lakh, or I prefer the full PPF in that portion. 50K goes in your NPS, 80CCD 1B, the National Pension Scheme, up to 25K in medical insurance and term plan, 25K of gold minimum, preferably SGB, and also open up a joint saving bank account in post office and park 2 lakh over there soon. So this is the plan for somebody in 0 to 3 years of practice. I presume they are earning at least 7 to 8 lakhs a year, which means 60 to 70,000 approximately. So if you're earning 60 to 70, you can easily afford this amount of approximately 3 lakhs, which I have told to invest. Out of that, 6 to 7 lakhs. So the question is not whether you're able to do that 2.5 to 3 lakh or not. The question is at least make a start. Even if not full quota, at least do something. At least do a limited portion, but do something. I told you what the numbers that I'll be giving you. If you put in 1.5 for 35 years, from 1st to 5th of April, taking advantage of the full, you can say, value of compounding, your principal would be 52 lakh 50,000. And your interest would be 1 crore 74 lakh. Total maturity value would be 2 crore 26 lakhs. Somebody starting in at the age of 25 goes up to 60 years of age with PPF put in every year. You can have 2.25 CR just from PPF. NPS. If you put in, I've taken 5,000 monthly average to give you an idea. Of course, that is 60,000 per year. You can put in 50,000 also. Expected returns at 11 and for 25 years. And now NPS, you can withdraw up to the age of 75 also. So NPS, you start late also, or you put in more time. For 25 years, just bare minimum 25 years, you put in 5,000 per month or 50, 60,000 a year. Your principal would be 21 lakhs and your maturity would be 2 crores 46 lakhs and minimum annuity investment would be 98 lakhs. Interest is 2.25 CR itself. So these two have automatically given you 2.26 and 2.46. Approximately 4.70 to aapko itna hi aa gaya. Somebody asked me in that query in the morning also, how much corpus is good? Today's time, somebody has to try 5 to 6 CR is good enough. You already have 4.7 CR already from these two, and which are not even done as an investment because people look out for flashy objects. A SIP, minimum investment 4,000 rupees a month, which is not even 50,000 a year. Not even 50,000 a year, just 12 years or 12%, 30 years, 1.41 CR. You are done and dusted. Gold मैंने गिना ही नहीं. You are done. 6 CR आपके पास आ चुके already in 25 to 30 years. The only thing is these LTIs, simple LTIs, एक्स्ट्रा की जरूरत कहां है? इफ यू हैव फ्री मनी, एक्स्ट्रा टाइम, जहां मर्जी फेंको पैसा, आपका पैसा, व्हाई शुड आई हैव अ पेन अबाउट इट? बट जहां जरूरत है वहां तो जरूर फेंको ना. These are the things that are going to serve you long time. Long time. And 6 years is not a small amount. Some of us have not seen that money in our life. We all know that. All of us are almost, you can say, in the range of 25 to 50 years of age. Some may be lucky, ancestral property or whatever, but most of us have not seen it. Now, the next step, for 3 to 10 years in practice, go for next step. Aim for minimum 5 lakh per year. From 2.5 to 3, I've raised the bar to 5 lakh only, just doubled it, which roughly means 40,000 a month. Now, the aim is not only tax saving, but wealth creation. Put 1.5 in ATC and 2 lakh in equity. Equity debt mix, whatever, 60-40 ratio, 30-40, depending on your age bracket. 50K goes in NPS, 50K in medical insurance and term plan, 50K of gold. And of course, if not opened up your post office yet, you get a separate 7,000 deduction over and above 80 TTA in the post office saving account also. So this is the way. Then if you increase your SIP from 4,000 to 10,000 per month, which is not a big deal for a mutual fund, 12%, 30 years, you get 3.5 CR. 3.5 CR just from mutual funds of 10,000 rupees a month. कुछ नहीं होता, दो funds, 5,000. Good enough. The only thing is discipline to put in for 30 years. Imagine, see the invested amount in blue. The green is the return. Imagine you invested your 36 lakhs, what you're getting in CR. This is the true value of compounding. And compounding kicks in only after 15 to 20 years, 15 to 18 years approximately. The first few years of compounding are dull, boring, insipid. You feel, yaar, mera paisa grow to kar nahi raha, 15 saal ho gaye, kam nahi hote. But when it takes off after 15 to 18 years, depending upon the amount, थोड़ा डालोगे तो फिर वो रॉकेट भी थोड़ा स्लो चलेगा ना. 70% combustion तो शुरू में हो जाएगी उसकी. So when it takes off like a rocket, and this is the true picture of a rocket. 36 lakhs, you can say principal amount, and 3.5 CR. Not a small amount, but anyway. Now, 10 plus years in practice. I believe you are settled now. Now you aim for 10 to 15 lakhs. 10 plus years in practice means probably you are in the late 35 to 40 years of age span, under 40 approximately, I would believe, maybe a tad above 40. Your aim should not be now tax saving. It should be beyond that. Wealth creation. ATC, you can say put in for girl child, or for the kids, you put in 4.5 lakhs. You can say in your kids account also, 1.5. If you have 2 kids, 5 lakh in equity, 75K in NPS, 75 in medical insurance and term plan. Of course, the stakes should go higher, and 1 lakh of gold, preferably SGB. The aim is not now tax saving. It should be wealth creation. SGB लोग पूछते हैं SGB में लिमिट क्या है? SGB में 4 किलो गोल्ड ले सकते हैं आप पर ईयर. 4 किलो पता कितना होता है? 4,000 grams. एक तोला होता है 10 grams. You can buy even 1 gram. 1 gram is roughly around 5,000 or so. So, or 6,000 or so, whatever. Between 5 to 6, up to 58, 59, 6,000 or so. So, imagine 4 kilogram of gold in 1 year you can buy. People still buy the physical gold because वो black money adjust करना ना. If you have white money, you are getting tax free. वो पहले उसको black money के चक्कर में उसमें वो अपनी income के चक्कर में करोगे. Then you can say keep that in locker. फिर उसकी making charges दोगे, फिर उसकी breaking charges दोगे. 25% gold का loss तो आपका वही हो जाता है. 25% of gold. Market value फिर वही. इसमें white का gold, official money, same rate, extra interest मिलता है SGB पे. जब SGB के आते हैं, फिर मैं SGB का वीडियो डालता हूं, everybody asks the same questions all over again. Form 3C डालता हूं, everybody starts all those questions again. How you maintain accounts? All those questions again. Current account and saving account, all those questions again. Sometimes even I get fed up. मैं क्या आंसर करूं? किनको आंसर करूं जो ग्रुप खोलते तक नहीं है? मतलब you guys need to realize the difference between a cow dung and a cake. There is a difference of chalk and cheese between the two. Some groups are meant for promotion. My groups, not even my workshops are promoted. 6 years, 5.5 years plus. You should get a hang of it by now. What are we doing? There is no hidden agenda. The agenda is only to give back to society. You have to realize. Again, you raise your SIP from 10,000 to 17,000. Just one raise of 17,000 per month invest kar rahe hain aap. 17,000 somehow. You are sorted for your future totally only from one LTI option. Na gold, na PPF, na NPS, kuch nahi chahiye. One, but 30 years चाहिए and good fund selection चाहिए 6 year. बुरा फंड होता तो क्या हो जाएगा? 5 मिल जाएगा, 4.5 मिल जाएगा. Not a small amount. Discipline to put in 17,000 each month. The question is, do you have the fabric of the same for doing so, for doing all those tasks over and over again? Same चीज करते करते ना, same रोज लोग दाल भी नहीं खा सकते हैं. The question is, can you do all those things again and again? My assistant asks me, सर हर दूसरे तीसरे दिन आप मेरे को बोल देते हो ये वीडियोस फॉरवर्ड कर दो. अब तो मेरे को ग्रुप्स के नाम याद हो गए, तो उतने ज्यादा व्यूज तो आते नहीं. हम अपना कर्म कर रहे हैं ना, हम अपना कर्म करेंगे, कोई बात नहीं. I am not wasting my time. You are doing that in free time. So do it. Let the knowledge flow. जिसको बहती गंगा में हाथ धोना धो ले, जिसको पैसे खर्च के कहीं से सीखना है वो सीख ले. If I were to put a price on the YouTube channel, you know what it would cost. Those of you who are watching it, I don't need to put a price. For me, it is priceless. It has involved so much. I really thank God and a couple of others who pushed me into video making. And of course, thank God for giving me that brain during the lockdown that I could crack different videos and audios to make something for you guys. So understand, even one LTI is good enough. If you add PPF to it, if you add NPS to it, if you add gold to it, aren't you sorted for life? Do you still need more flashy things? Stock market ले लो, cryptocurrency ले लो, government के bonds ले लो, वो वाले interest पे ले लो, वो उसमें invest कर दें, जो नई scheme आई है वो 12% return दे. Do you need all those? We get lured towards those things. The internet is such things, we get lured to them. The choice is ours, what we want. Simple things. मैं नहीं कहता दुनिया के बहुत बड़े बड़े विद्वान कहते हैं, मैं तो I'm nothing in front of them. They always say stick to basics, and these are the basics. If you stick to basics, you see the result in front of yourself. And I have not designed these calculators. These calculators are all over the net. Take a snapshot, confirm it yourself if I am lying anyway. And I've taken the returns on the lower side. Any mutual fund, good equity mutual fund, would give you at least 14 to 15% in the long run. 1% increase will easily increase 30 to 40 lakh rupees. 1% for this much amount. Anyways, coming to the next query. Query number 17 from Pune, Maharashtra. Not able to scale the practice even after 7 years. Profit fluctuates month on month basis. Failure to convince patients for high end. Lack of scaling and profit halting expansion on existing clinic as well as staff. Now, what I believe the definitions are not correct. How do we decide the stages of practice? It is a start, struggle, survive. Start, struggle, survive. Then stable, success, and scale. Now, this guy has written profit fluctuates, which means he's not even at the fourth stage, which is stable. You go from success to scale, not from survive to scale. You can't bypass success or stability and success. You have to go over there. So understand the phases of growth first. You're not even on stable phase. So the first step is stability for you. Then the next is success before you go on to scale. Again, the answer lies in the 10 nuts and bolts. Check out which nut and bolt is lacking at your end, tighten it, learn it, adapt it, implement it, and face the magic. Majority 10 nuts and bolts में से 1 and 2 सबके पास lacking है. Marketing and selling. Selling is not by default. Sales has to be by design. It has to be not, you can say, in a way, done in a way where you see koi baat nahi, kal consultation hai, dekhi jayegi. There is a certain steps behind it. You have to do a role rehearsal and a role reversal where you practice these skills until you become a pro. So this is the business life cycle in other ways, how you go on from startup to growth to expansion to maturity. Start, struggle, survive, stable, success, and scale. This is the way where you actually grow. So the question was, profit fluctuates month on month. First, let the stability come. Aim for success where the business is not 100% dependent on you. You think of scale where you create multiple options or create your multiple clones who are working for you when you are not working. And delegation and automation are the biggest clones you can give to yourself. But for that, you have to trust, and trust. Trust staff more. Unless you trust staff more, you are not going to get clones like you whom you can train. So first think of stability, then success, and then scale. Don't jump the gun. If you're lacking somewhere, learn it. These all are learnable skills. Next query is from Pune, but remotely located, whatever addresses we put it as such, copy paste, Maharashtra. How much should I pay myself and any percentage of total profit or a fixed salary? Should I keep my personal account and clinic account separate? Right now, I have one account for all the expenses. So I also answered these questions, one of them in the morning, the second one I answered in detail in the afternoon, but still answering them. The problem is our webinars are functioning like a funnel. 2,000 in the community, 250 odd, 260 odd, 235, I don't remember, close to 250 filed in the pain points, 70 to 75 registered for the sessions, 25 are present here. Characteristic funnel building. That is how it happens in your clinic also. It is karma, it is going to come back to you and bite you big time. So if you are not here to listen to answer to your query, if someone, I'm standing here, I have a train in 1.5 hours to catch, a sleepless night and a flight waiting me in the morning and a full day lecture tomorrow. I'm standing here doing 3 lectures along with doing my patients. What do I have to earn from it? You understand. People are not even here to listen to their queries being answered. So coming to the question, how much you want to pay yourself, it is your choice. I always leave that to the owner himself. Add your profit, add your salary, add whatever you want to take home in your fixed cost, and then work backwards. I've given an example of backward planning in my recent upload of part number 80 of Idea Times. There are 2 examples in that. Go through that. If you find that worthy, please do adapt it. Backward planning is a wonderful process. The steps are the same. It's just that we start from end to where we are today. Of course, personal account and clinic account, always keep it separate. Never. One of the biggest things my dad has taught me, never mix personal and professional transactions. That is the biggest learning from him. And I am not, you can say, done even a single transaction out of that line since 2008 or 9. It's been 14, 15 years of discipline of not even doing a single rupee from here or here. It has been very crystal clear. That is the reason my balance sheet gets ready on 3rd of April itself. It doesn't take time because everything is in a sequential way. Entries are checked every week and there is hardly anything to look at it. And of course, when you are not looking at the income in that way, where you are concealing income, there lies a problem. Then query from Mohali, Punjab. Don't know how to buy mutual fund directly from fund house websites. I use Zerodha, have to pay platform charges. No confidence to fill my ITR, have never done it myself yet. I have Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana and Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Yojana, but no other life term, medical or indemnity insurance. Fund house website, if you don't know, make that as a learning goal. It's not a rocket science. You can learn it very, very easily. Income tax, I talked about it in the morning session. You just need to know your numbers. What is your income inflow? Just income inflow. And that is anyways mandatory for you to maintain via Form 3C. You maintain the inflow, aapko expenses pata hai, nahi pata hai. Your ITR will take only 10 to 15 minutes. 10 to 15 minutes. There is hardly anything to do in that. So the choice is yours. Every one of us from 5 lakh to 49.99999 income, lakh income can do it. But the thing is, we don't want to learn it properly. Regarding insurance, the Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bima Suraksha Yojana are going to give you 1 lakh, 1 lakh or 1 lakh and 2 lakh each. So I'm really sure that your life is worth more than 2 to 3 lakhs for your family. People ask me, मैं अपने घर का earning head हूँ. Should I take term insurance for me? Of course, yes. Should I take the same for my wife who's a housewife? Of course, double yes. God forbid, if your wife passes away and you have to manage your family and your work, you'll realize what was the value. If you have the term insurance, of course, money can't replace the person who's gone. Again, that is not in our hand. But money can take care of certain things in life where you can delegate certain responsibilities to you can say a nanny or a crèche or whatever, rather than putting an extra burden on you. Housewife तो वैसे भी non-salaried employee होता है ना, उसको salary भी नहीं मिलती है और वो employee भी full time होता है. We all know that. So, and never valued also. So, we need to understand, and you are a skillful dentist. So, your worth is definitely more than 2 to 3 lakhs for your family. God forbid something happens to you. So, query from Surat, Gujarat. Had a break in my mutual fund SIP in 2020. I understand I will lose the benefit of compounding now, but what's the best mode of investment for me so that it can give me faster growth as well as some monthly returns? So, even if you have stopped the SIP, don't take the money out. Stay invested like Sudhir. The example I gave it in the morning session. Stay invested. If you don't need that money, stay invested. Trust me, it will become a bomb. Trust me. If you have taken out that money, then of course you need to start again. And I believe you are not that old. I know the person who's posted this query. I know you're not that old. You can still aim for getting a compounding again in your life. So that would be my advice. So less savings right now, expenses are higher. This has been one of the commonest queries since morning. As the income increases, expenses increase too. As the income increases, expenses increase too. When income is increasing means more patients are trusting you. Time to raise your charges. Time to raise your charges so that more income flows in. But expenses will still remain the same. More income and same expenses. This is the time. So check out the costing of your major procedures, not everything. The major procedures that you are doing, you might not be having a good GPM or an NPM. Profitability is one of the biggest reasons. Search my channel for profitable or profitability. You'll get the answers to the costing way to how to calculate it, cost as per the materials you are using, and then get back to me if you have further questions. Query from Gopeshwar, Uttarakhand. I'm not sure, but still posting my pain point as everything in dentistry is finance. If one earns well or not, it is a financial issue, sure. Patients don't value the teeth as an important body organ and dental treatment. It is their belief that dental ailments don't lead to mortality, and as other organs like eye, their patient won't suggest the clinician to extract them. But telling to do extraction of teeth through a dentist, that is self-diagnosis, is quite common because they have 32 teeth in mouth in comparison to 2 eyes. The question is, if they don't value their teeth, who's going to create that value? The simple answer is me. If you're pointing one finger at your patient, the 3 fingers are pointing towards you. If you are not creating awareness in your target group, in your audience, in your patients, who else is going to? Somebody, just a very interesting conversation. A patient told me, Doctor, which floss do you use? I said, what do you want to ask? What do I recommend to you? No. Which floss do you use? I took out that normal, this floss, if you can see. If you can see the normal toothpick floss. I use this floss always in my pocket. My mom complains, तेरी pocket में रहता है, हमेशा washing machine में जाता है और कड़ आवाज करता है. So please take it out before you give your clothes. I know, never mind. So which floss do you use? This is I took it out from my pocket and said, this is the floss that I use. लोग कहते हैं ये use नहीं करना चाहिए. I was hearing, I didn't react. वो इससे ये हो जाता है, इससे ये हो जाता है, इससे ये हो जाता है. My simple response to that patient was, she's an old patient. कौन है ये लोग, कहां से आते हैं ये लोग, ट्रस्ट मी, बताओ मुझे ये कहां से आए. सेड नहीं ऐसे ही कहते हैं वो लोग. मैं कहा वो लोगों में से डेंटिस्ट कौन है? नो वन. देन एंड ऑफ डिबेट. End of debate. Use this. A dentist is showing you his flaws which he is using. Do you need any further testimony? Say no, I am satisfied. Matter closed in 2 lines. No debate, no bad mouthing, no discussion, nothing. In a fun way, jovial way, courtesy, jolly LLB, we are done. That is where the Bollywood connection is there in my clinic. Keep on citing anecdotes and stories. Patients will get interacted with you. Selling is an art. It is a charming art. Even I am loving it after so many years. So create awareness for your target group. After diagnosis and explaining by the best possible means and even doing the best possible treatment in the end, patients bargain. They don't have any anchor to compare with. I know bargaining in India is like the birthright, but the main pain point is why the patients bargain only with the dentist. They don't bargain at any other surgeon or specialist. Extraction is like a piece of cake for the patient everywhere, here and there. Quacks extract teeth for a mere amount and opine to make the extraction charge and pursue the most complex and costly affair. Then and only the patient gonna value their teeth. If they bargain, why do you start? Set the context right at the start. Get rid of the fear of losing the patient. The moment you get rid of losing the patient, that is the time you will win over yourself. Again, marketing has to be done in a big way. Unless you have a consistent pipeline of patients, you will continue to face this kind of chick always. If the patient knows, उस डॉक्टर के पास तो इतने पेशेंट टाइम ही नहीं देखने का, बार्गेनिंग तो क्वेश्चन छोड़ो, उसको अपने अपॉइंटमेंट पे टाइम मिल जाए वो बहुत बड़ी बात होती है. This is the power of marketing also. Having a consistent leads of patient, consistent flow of patients. So that is why I said it is not just a sentimental, but a scientific answer to that. Why are we worried about extraction? Why not create the awareness for saving the tooth? Why are you hell-bent on making it a costly affair unless it is an impacted tooth? Why do you want to? Why do not save it and charge more and earn more out of that? Why make extraction the kingpin? Ask yourself. Query from Lucknow, Uttar Pradesh. Not able to understand how to do online transaction for clinic expenses. As we all know, we have limits of 5 lakhs. कौन है ये लोग जो कहते हैं 5 लाख की लिमिट है? कहां से आते हैं ये लोग? किसने बताया आपको 5 लाख की लिमिट है? क्लिनिक एक्सपेंसेस की लिमिट 5 लाख. आंसर इसका ये होगा, if I can presume correctly that you can't deposit more than 10 lakhs in your saving account in a financial year. Above 10 lakhs. Of course, that would mean your clinical transaction don't go in. Who the hell tells you to do it in saving account? Open up a current account. Given you lot many options in the afternoon. Open it there. Deposit it there. Limit of 50 lakhs. There's no limit of cash expenses. 10,000 से above cash नहीं दे सकते हो, वो limit है. ये 5 लाख वाली limit मेरे लिए भी नहीं है. Please enlighten me if you are watching this. Please enlighten me, ये limit आपने कहाँ से ली है? I don't have registered clinic from CMO, so I could not open my current account on clinic name. Bank manager has opened my current account on DCI registration certificate. ऐसे बहुत सारे काम होते हैं. I remember at one point of time SBI का norm था current account खोलने के लिए. I'm talking of year 2013-14. So I had a POS machine from SBI. They said current account is a mandatory thing. So clinic की कोई KYC नहीं थी उस वक्त भी, as I told you in the afternoon also. So the associate manager, what she did was, he said आपके पास कोई डॉक्यूमेंट है जिससे आपका क्लिनिक जस्टिफाई हो जाए? मेरे पास अपना प्रिस्क्रिप्शन पैड है सिर्फ, जिसमें मेरे क्लिनिक का नाम है और मेरे पास कोई आईडी प्रूफ नहीं क्लिनिक का. ऑफ कोर्स माय ओन इज देयर. तो इसे ओके मैं इससे कर देती हूँ. बैक एंड पे ऑब्जेक्शन लग गई तो पता नहीं. एंड ओपन माय अकाउंट एंड वेंट ऑन लीव. वट एवर रीजन आई डोंट नो. मेरे कारण नहीं गई बेचारी, अपने कोई प्रॉब्लम थी वो तब गई, पर 35-40 दिन की छुट्टी के लिए चली. मैं जब 1-2 बार गया, टोल्ड मी कोई ऑब्जेक्शन थी, अपने आप अकाउंट हो गया. एक रेड फ्लैग लगा हुआ था उसके अंदर, जब भी वो अकाउंट में ट्रांजेक्शन होती थी वो रेड फ्लैग आ जाता था, दे यूज्ड टू टेल कि केवाईसी पेंडिंग है, सबमिट कर दो, पर वो रेड फ्लैग के साथ 6-7 साल चल गए easily. So bank managers can do anything. Sometimes DCI registration certificate can be done. Of course, on DCI certificate, we have our own name, not the clinic's name. So that is the thing. So I have my current account, but don't know how to use it for clinic expenses. I gave a detailed breakup in the afternoon. Keep accounts separate. You don't need to make transactions for clinic from your current account itself. You can transfer, for example, your monthly transactions are 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, whatever amount is, transfer that in a separate account, make clinic transactions only from there. That's it. The account will be functional. Keep a, you can say, bare minimum balance in there. कि 20-30,000 रखो, कुछ ना कुछ तो earn करेगा ना. Every account should not be a high earning one or a HESBA. So keep over there where you can earn a decent amount, but that should be there. So current account से transaction करना जरूरी नहीं है. Current account deposit के लिए रखना जरूरी है. I hope that settles the doubt. Another list of doubts. I have to show expenses of my clinic. If I'm calling a consultant for any patient, if you are paying cash, that should not exceed 10,000. If you are annually paying above 2.5 lakhs, that should be with TDS deduction. 2.5 लाख से ऊपर गया नहीं, 10% TDS कटेगा for sure. Assistant कहेगा चलो, consultant कहेगा हमें cash दे दो. If you give cash, which means 21,000 per month technically, you can't give more than 10,000 for any expense. So patient आपको white में दे रहा, black में दे रहा, वो अलग बात है. But you are paying back in black. You are making your own white money black. Understand it. So choose your consultants wisely. For attending any course for improving skills, buying any electronic item for my clinic, such as AC, monitor, unit system, all the equipments go under depreciation. Any course for improving skills goes into your expenses side. Even if you are attending my kind of workshop, where I teach marketing, selling, practice management, consent, finance, whatever, it is an upgradation of your skill set for your clinic. You can use that as an expense. But any equipment will have a depreciation as the expense, not the full cost of the equipment as the expense. Can we use the Udyam registration for opening a current account? Udyam registration does not fall in the category A documents. I've given that list in the recap also. It falls in the category B. Most banks would prefer at least one category B. The question is, Udyam registration is done in clinic's name. फिर वही question आ गया, why do you need the current account in clinic's name? So I hope you have understood the logical details. Query from Mumbai, managing personal finances and investments. I think I've given enough links and details already in the previous question. Search investment, search FIJ, search tax, search goal. You'll get the answer. Query from Kalyan, Maharashtra. Spouse, also dentist, has done many financial blunders in past years. Counseling through family and friends did not work. He is in his 50s and still in his debt trap. No savings for retirement or children's higher education. Ego and financial illiteracy are main obstacles to bring him on right track. Family and friends intervention has helped a bit, but I want him to take proper guidance. He is not willing. What can be done in this case? The first part, the question is, loans for what? Unsecured means what? Personal loans or credit card debt? Now, the question is, during family intervention, I came to know that after us, his debt liability comes on children as next legal hires. Children se pehle aap pe aayegi. You are the first blood relative of your husband. Not metamorphically, कि आप सबसे ज़्यादा खून चूसते हो, but in realistic way also. Wife is the first legal heir and the children are the second in that list. So this thing is bothering me a great extent. In past, he has taken few unsecured loans, which I am not aware. In future, I'm not sure he won't take. My elder son, 20-year-old, is very intelligent and has very bright future. I wish he should not be affected by this negativity in any way. Is there any legal way that I keep both my sons safe from his financial liabilities? I was a little hesitant to ask this question because I'm not sure if it is appropriate. Anything without anonymous, I can say without any name or anonymous, we are not name shaming anyone. I'm 45, done retirement savings in PPF, NPS and other asset class. I want to know what approximate retirement corpus. I have 10 years in hand, want to save for second son's education. He's in 8th, 25K SIP started from last 6 months. Want to save for these 2 goals, need guidance for same. The question again would remain loans for what? Were the loans taken for clinic? Were the loans taken for family? And unsecured means what here? Unsecured are usually personal loans. Are they loans, personal loans or credit card debt? If it is a personal loan, usually the guarantor or the co-payer is responsible. But if there is an unfortunate mishap and the loan taker expires, then the legal heirs are only responsible for the value of asset of or inherited valuation. For example, घर आपके husband के नाम पे है. For example, वो घर pass on होता है आपको और आपके बच्चों को, irrespective of whether they are male or female. आपके दोनों boys हैं, as you said. So if there are no other, you can say, for example, it is not an ancestral home. उनके brother के नाम पे नहीं है कोई घर या joint property नहीं है. I am supposing the house is in his name and he unfortunately expires. Then it gets transferred to you three, you and the 2 children. And if the loan amounts are big, and if they are unsecured, the legal heirs can be limited or can be responsible only for a limited valuation. But if the husband does not have any inherited property and the legal heirs are not co-payers or guarantors in that loan, then legally you have no responsibility, even for a personal loan. Regarding credit card debt, absolutely no responsibility for any legal hire. But the only thing that bothers me is, why are you thinking negative that far? He is 45, he is 50, you are 45. Why are you thinking? And he is a dentist also. Where did the money go? I didn't get it. Was it taken for family? Was it taken for upgradation of clinic? What was the reason? Or any malice is there, like gambling or liquor or whatever? I don't know. So if I believe the loans are for good purpose, the loan must be for the family only in some way. So whatever I could tell you from the liability point of view, I've done that. As regards what you need to learn, I've given a host of videos, host of lists. You can make a head start. If not, join me in the next finance workshop. I'll explain a few things to you that would be easier for you. Query from Vadodara, Gujarat. Financial crisis as always. Lack of support from family members to invest into myself or my clinic. The same story is there. Lack of marketing, lack of selling, lack of conversion, which amounts to less OPD, less footfall, less income, less conversion, less income. All crises have the same root cause. Allow me to be honest, please. A family member can be supportive only to a certain limit. They can be supportive for 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, 15 months, 18 months. Beyond that, everyone would question your credibility. Are you really good enough? Are you really good enough to handle this? Do you have the fabric of being an entrepreneur? Ask yourself. The fault may not be lying with them. The fault, again, 1 finger you're pointing at them, 3 fingers might be at you. It may be is that your skill set is lacking. And I'm talking of all these accessory skill sets of marketing, selling, and all those aspects, presuming, giving you all a good faith, benefit of doubt, that you have good domain skills. I don't know about your domain skills. I'm giving you a benefit of that you are excellent in them. You just lack the accessory skills. What if you are lacking in domain as well? And you are not willing to change. And you are not willing to change. Ask yourself. The true answers lie always within you. You may search the whole world for the answers around you, but the true answers lie within you. Query from Mumbai, Maharashtra. Quack practicing nearby. Some even dentists only concentrated in making bridges in any case. Actually, sometimes we trying to become over precautious or losing patient. I normally aim if patient is paying and getting treatment done, should stay for a good amount of years. Since when did the quacks become a threat to us? They are doing cold cure fillings. Are you in competition with them? Absolutely not. Even charitable hospitals are not, even though they may be working ethically. I've given this example. Head on, 30 meters, I have a Gurudwara, charitable dispensary. 300 meters on this side, Mandir, charitable dispensary. Half a kilometer Mandir, charitable dispensary. Backside, 1 more dispensary. This side, 1 kilometer, a big charitable hospital which has good footfall. hasn't affected me at all. The worst part for good for me, the Mandir's main Pujari ji and Gurdwara's main manager, big manager, they come to me for treatment. What else I can say? They come and pay me for my treatment. They can get a free treatment there. And people say people are worthy, thinking only about money. Of course, I give them a little bit of discount as per my clinic policy of 10-15%, understanding their economic condition, not as otherwise. I give them genuinely from my heart. My heart says so to do it. Otherwise, I normally don't give it. So if they are getting it done, what more do I need to say? When you say that patients only are worried about price, if they are worried about price, they can better get it done free. They're concerned about their health. If people are doing bridges, who is going to create the awareness for implants in your target group? Me, you. You are going to do that. If you are not creating information and education or alternate way, alternate IND is information and education. Normal IND is income and expenses. If you're not creating that, why do I even need to tell you through it? Don't judge the book by its cover. Today, people complain. Oh, बाजू में बैठा घटिया काम करता है. देखो कितनी लाइन लगी है. God is very unfair on me. I do good work. Still, I don't have patience. Remember, I gave the example of a Patiala pack, 3 friends sitting in the bar and boasting about this thing in the morning. 3 months, not seen a single rupee in savings. 3 months, 3 years since COVID, not seen a single rupee in savings. Becomes an ego battle. Who is the biggest loser? Who is more poor out of this? Who is the poorer of the lot? Becomes an ego battle. Similar way, people don't understand that times have changed now. I would repeat times and again, believe in the power of visibility and establishing credibility for yourself. Today, having a good service is the basic requirement. It is not that you doing something extraordinary. That is the basic customer care. लोगों को 1 minute लगता है review डालने में. Today, having a good service is a basic requirement. Ask yourself, PVR गए हो, सीट पे पॉपकॉर्न भी मिल जाए तो dirty seats, shabby maintenance, बका PVR, you suck. 1 सेकंड लगता हमें भी रिव्यू डालने में. डालते कि नहीं हम लोग? सिर्फ एक पॉपकॉर्न गिरा था, गलती से रह गया होगा, अंधेरे में नहीं दिखा बेचारे को. वैक्यूम तो मारते ही ना अगले हर शो के बाद. रह गया होगा गलती से. इतनी सीट्स है, नहीं होता कई बार. So we have to understand genuine mistakes. We still don't give anyone benefit of doubt, and we want everyone to give us benefit of doubt. Quacks are not a threat to us. Please don't get into competition with a non-qualified person. You are lowering your dignity yourself. Please don't allow me to answer these questions. I don't understand taxation, mutual fund, stocks, share market, and all those similar sounding terms. What a pain point. So easiest way would be to learn at least the taxation and mutual funds and delegate the work to a CA and a CFA if you are totally alien and you have no interest. I can understand most of us picked up medical because we hated maths. So I can understand that. That is okay. So delegate that so that you can at least monitor what exactly is happening. Query from Rohtak, Haryana. I have no property. My clinic and home both are on rent. I am investing in mutual fund, NPS, PPF as of now after listening to you. Now I'm thinking, why not I pay these SIP into a house or property? I, of course, have very little knowledge about that. Now my first one-line answer to is, agar corpus create ho gaya, so you can lead a retired life easy. नहीं घर बनाओगे तो घर बेच के रिटायरमेंट काटोगे. Simple logic. You have to choose. Simple logic otherwise would be to increase your earnings so that you can take a home loan for a long span, 20-25 years, but with a pre-closure clause that when you increase your income, you can pre-close that. You don't compromise on retired life. Ask yourself, begging from your children for your own living is one of the worst things anyone would want to have in their golden years of life. So don't let that happen to you. घर का मैंने आपको बता दिया सोल्यूशन, रिटायरमेंट का बता दिया, एंगल बता दिया, क्लिनिक खरीदना नहीं खरीदना, रेंट वर्सेस बाय इज अ क्वेश्चन. 6 पार्ट थे ब्लॉग सीरीज के. Go to FB Group PhD. I've dealt with that in depth. Everything is there. चाहे वो आर्टिकल के फॉर्म में, this was fifth was 5A and 5B. So technically 6 part हैं. All parts finished in March. Go and search. You will get enlightened. Rent versus buy. बहुत मेहनत लगती है बॉस इन चीजों पे. कोई वीडियो बनाना है, उसके लिए स्लाइड्स बनानी, एक प्रेजेंटेशन बना के देखना. मेरे 700 प्लस वीडियोस हैं और एटलीस्ट 200 प्लस ब्लॉग्स हैं. कभी किसी दिन एक ब्लॉग डिटेल लिख के देखना जितने लंबे मैं लिखता हूं, एक वीडियो बना के देखना जितने मैं बनाता हूं. Then you will realize what I get into for you guys without money. The only thing is free है, इसलिए वैल्यू नहीं. Your choice, not my loss. Query from Vardha Maharashtra, again one of the very painful queries. I literally shivered while reading this query. I am 35 years old, have been practicing since 4 years in a town with a population of 1.5 lakhs and around 70 registered clinics. My clinic is around 200 square feet with a single chair. I am struggling to keep the patient flow steady. My monthly OPD ever since the start has not exceeded 40 patients, which means 1 patient per day. Sometimes I sit idle for weeks waiting for a patient. In initial days, I thought it is good enough, and also COVID hit just 8 months of starting the practice. I thought that the number of patients will keep on increasing day by day. How? Please let me know how. The simple thing is people rely on word of mouth. Word of mouth भी तब चलती है ना अगर आपके numbers हों. बहुत लोगों ने आपसे काम करवाया, बहुत लोग उनमें से satisfied हैं. Not everyone would be satisfied. Some would say, okay, ठीक है. I asked everyone to post a feedback. How many posted? चाहे 40 लोग अटेंड करें, 30 लोग अटेंड करें, 3 या 4 पोस्ट करते हैं. Karma will come to bite you. I told you. So if you don't do it, how do you expect your patients to do it? How will your patients increase day by day? Automatically. Post-COVID world is Kalyug version 3.0. पहले मैं बोलता था 2.0, अब ये 3.0 है. Every dynamic has changed. That won't happen also. क्लिनिक महल सजा के आप बैठ गए राजा जी, कौन अंदर आएगा देखेगा कि आप कौन सी सर्विस अच्छे प्रोवाइड करते हैं. You have to understand. On top of that, mostly the patients are window shoppers. So I'm struggling to generate enough income on monthly basis. You have tagged that the patient, whoever इकलौता बेचारा जो एक दिन में आता, you have tagged that as a window shopper. Maybe your selling skills are not good. Maybe your communication skills are not good. Who will work on that? When did you learn communication? When did you learn sales? Unless you are born convincing, have a born convincing power. Try understanding. This is affecting my confidence while doing consulting for new patient, because at the back of my mind, I developed that fear of losing out the patient. That will automatically happen. But sales means rejections. Selling is not 100% successful. You have to have CRPE model in mind. Conversations, rejections, practices, and experience. Sales is a combination of all 4. I'm not aware what is going wrong, how to consistently keep on increasing the number of patients. I did not see you in the morning or afternoon session. If you have such a big pain point, I expected you to come here. Your choice. Also, I'm confused whether I should relocate, but that would add to another expense and we'll have to start from scratch again. Really confused about how to plan for the future. In the name of marketing, I only handle Google business page and FB page. What do you post on that? Socially, I'm not involved enough as my daily routine involves coming to clinic and back home. You're not ready to market offline. You're not ready to market online. You're not ready to network with people. How will your clinic grow automatically? Does not happen in Kalyug 3.0. For sure. Allow me to be honest. Lack of financial growth has started to show its effect in personal life. Obviously, cash is the king. Cash is the confidence. And causing me severe mental problems. Such people either leave profession or go to some other things. You can say start doing other things. I know a dentist who was in a similar condition, not in my town, who was in a similar condition, now does Zomato deliveries these days. It is very painful to see these things. The problem is people are not ready to understand. 1 और 5 को मैं change नहीं कर सकता हूं. जिसने मान लिया ना मेरी तो किस्मत ही खराब है. किस्मत खराब नहीं होती है, किस्मत हम लोग खुद बनाते हैं. The seniors in my town I have consulted are also not helping me. Either that, how they are growing their own practice. You are not doing yourself a favor by not attending this. You are I am helping you out in answering this query. सुबह से इस तरह की queries कितनी आ चुकी हैं? Many online groups said that I should shift to some other place. बंदा वही, सामान वही, आते थोड़ा बदलेंगे. But that is difficult for me because of financial problems. Not getting enough high-paying patients. Marketing and selling needs to be in order. And overnight growth nahi honi. Any growth process, any growth activity is a process. It takes minimum 2 to 3 to 4 years. And that is the shortest possible time. If somebody tells you, I can grow your patient 10x overnight, he is a liar. He's a compulsive liar. Word of mouth also works where there are volumes. अगर patients करवाएंगे treatment तभी पता लगेगा ना, तभी पता लगेगा आपको कि कितने लोगों ने करवाया. It is a very painful query for me, seriously. When I read these things, I get into a different zone altogether. So query from Vadodara, Gujarat: how settled dentists measure the growth in the terms of patient and revenue? Simple answer, either in lakhs or in number of chairs or a number of patients. Depends upon whatever you want to. Or my way of looking at it is, when I have money freedom and time freedom, that is why I consider someone settled. Simple answer. Money freedom, time freedom. I work and pick my patients myself. जितना मेरे को काम करना मैं उतना करता हूँ. That is why I'm able to focus on these kind of activities. These are my CSR activities. Remember that, not paying activities. How to convince known patient to pay on time? Set the context right at the start, divulging all the parameters. The lab has to be paid, advance has to be made. Never be in a hurry to start even with a known patient. Never skip the consent form. Never skip the treatment approval form. Never skip the detailing. चाहे घर का है चाहे बाहर का है. जो घर वाला मिलेगा ना 10 लोगों के सामने शादी में मिलेगा, आपकी 4 बेइज्जती करेगा 4 जगह. ऐसे कर लिया, ऐसे कर लिया, इनकी फीलिंग तो 1 महीना नहीं चलती, एंड ऑल दोस थिंग. चाहे उसका साथ वाले दान में से कुछ टूटा हो, तो आपकी फीलिंग निकली. सो नेवर एवर बी इन अ हरी टू स्टार्ट. जब पता है ऐसे पेशेंट ने पैसे नहीं देने या कम देने हैं या तंग करना है, लॉस मेकिंग चीज करनी क्यों है आपको? ना कर दो. बेइज्जती होगी ना, ये बड़ा हाई हेडेड है, दैट इज बेटर देन इनकी काम अच्छा नहीं है, आई चूज द फर्स्ट वन, ही इज वेरी हाई हेडेड, पैसे के बिना काम नहीं करता, बहुत लालची है. हैप्पी टू हियर दैट, हैप्पी टू हियर दैट, रादर देन इसको काम नहीं आता, इसका ये इसका वो, 6 जगह 40 जगह बदनाम करे. छोड़ो. हाउ मच पोर्शन ऑफ प्रॉफिट शुड री इन्वेस्ट इन क्लिनिक? 10% minimum. TWCGO formula told you in the morning. Query from Bhavnagar, Gujarat: saving not enough, expenses are more. What a great pain point. Dealt with this already, so we although can make assumptions only from these one-liners entered in the high priority category. क्या लोगों के पास हाई प्रायोरिटी, इतनी प्रॉब्लम है, हाई प्रायोरिटी है, लेकिन लाइन लिखने को 2 शब्द, गिन के 6 शब्द हैं. Saving not enough, expenses are more. I've dealt that already. If you have attended since morning, you must have got that answer at least 4 times, at least. Query from Hadgaon, Tehsil, Maharashtra: I'm sort of addicted to future and options. Despite having losses in lakhs in it, still giving it a try in the hope that I will get a jackpot one day. Now, can I be really honest with you? When you go to a casino, you always usually win the first round, making you believe that you can win. In the second round, you start losing. You lose more. You lose more. You still live in that hope. And आज तो मैं ये 10,000 जो हारा हूँ पूरा करके जाऊंगा. वो 10,000 के चक्कर में आप 20,000 और हार जाते हो. And you leave by then till the Yudhishthir in you has lost in everything. Gambling never lets the person leave. The hope and pray कि मेरे करण अर्जुन आएंगे, बॉलीवुड के क्लाइमेक्स में ही होता है, वो रियलिटी में नहीं होता. Otherwise, casinos of the world would not have been earning so much. You are not building wealth in last 10 years. The answer lies in the first pain point, because you are eroding with both the hands. Better to get a rehab consult. If you are addicted to that habit, better get a rehab done, because you are eroding what you have painfully gained over so many years. Unless you have ancestral income flowing in, please continue. If you don't have it and you earnestly want to build wealth, please get a rehab, get help, and this addiction. 99% of futures and options lose money. पता नहीं ऑफिशियली क्रिप्टो करेंसी बैन हो जाती है, ऑनलाइन गेमिंग बैन हो जाती है, फ्यूचर में ऑप्शन मेरे हिसाब से बैन हो जानी चाहिए. इट इज नॉट अ साइंस, फॉर श्योर नॉट अ साइंस. डीएनबी सबसे पुअर रिजल्ट होता था, सीए के एग्जाम में सबसे पुअर रिजल्ट होता था, फ्यूचर एंड ऑप्शन में उससे भी पुअर रिजल्ट है. लेस देन नॉट इवन 5%. 5% डीएनबी का रेट होता है. सीए का भी 6 to 7% है पास परसेंटेज. Thank you so much. I intentionally carried on for 10-15 minutes so that I finish the queries, whatever I have listed it now. So again, do your needful, give back to community, post your top 3 to 5 takeaways. दोपहर को तो शायद कुछ लोग ही थे, गिनती के 3 या 4. Those who posted, thank you. Those who did it, do it right now. Cement your learnings. I'm sure that will be ample, at least in this session. Of course, you know the PhD community. You know what resources are there. I gave you many snapshots since morning. I don't need to tell you because these sessions were for you only. So they were not shared anywhere other than PhD group or my WhatsApp. Not even in my workshop group they were shared. These sessions were for you only. If you could not attend like a proper funnel, you filtered out, your choice. If you still have not gotten into what resource is there on my YouTube channel, you need to know that what you are missing by not watching those videos. I'm present anywhere on always everywhere by the same identity, Dr. Bhavdeep. Twitter is now X now. So even the same identity is over there. Please do send me your feedback in the WhatsApp group or on my number, whatever wish you way to. So tentative upcoming projects, maybe a teacher's day session, but looking at the response, looking at the effort we have put in for this, it's a very, very poor response since morning. So I'm not really sure, but yes, I have pending PM pain points to deliver to. There are a lot of pending finance points also. Maybe if I do find time, I'll surely do that. Any questions? Just 5 minutes, and because I have to get ready also and leave also. So any queries, please make it fast so that I can wind up the session and catch my train. Any questions? Thank you, Raghu. Thank you, everyone. Please do post your takeaways. Please do post your queries if there are any left, or if somebody wants to contact me, if somebody's question was answered, they were present or not present, your choice. I can see some names, but I know most of those guys did not post their queries who are here, at least not in the high list. So if you were there, if you posted, please do post whatever answer you want to get. Okay, then if there are no queries, we call it a day. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. See you again soon. And have a great weekend. Have a great Sunday tomorrow. Thank you.